You are what you believe yourself to be. Life was always a matter of waiting for the right moment to act. Don't explain. Your friends do not need it, and your enemies will not believe you. Life was always a matter of waiting for the right moment to act. Life always waits for some crisis to occur before revealing itself at its most brilliant. You can become blind by seeing each day as a similar one. Each day is a different one, each day brings a miracle of its own. It's just a matter of paying attention to this miracle. Be brave. Take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. Considering the way the world is, one happy day is almost a miracle. Certain things in life simply have to be experienced and never explained. Love is such a thing. If you believe in victory, then victory will believe in you. I'm not a body with a soul, I'm a soul that has a visible part called the body. It is possible to avoid pain? Yes, but you'll never learn anything. Is it possible to know something without ever having experiencing it? Yes, but it will never truly be part of you. If you think adventure is dangerous, try routine, it is lethal. Go and get your things, he said. Dreams mean work. People never learn anything by being told, they have to find out for themselves. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. It's only those who are persistent and willing to study things deeply, who achieve the masterwork. You have two choices, to control your mind or to let your mind control you. At a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. That's the world's greatest lie. The secret is here in the present. If you pay attention to the present, you can improve upon it. And, if you improve on the present, what comes later will also be better. When you are enthusiastic about what you do, you feel this positive energy. It's very simple. A child can teach an adult three things: to be happy for no reason, to always be busy with something, and to know how to demand with all his might that which he desires. Nothing in the world is ever completely wrong. Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Don't waste your time with explanations, people only hear what they want to hear. Remember your dreams and fight for them. You must know what you want from life. There is just one thing that makes your dream become impossible: the fear of failure. Waiting is painful. Forgetting is painful. But not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. You drown not by falling into a river, but by staying submerged in it. Love is a trap. When it appears, we see only its light, not its shadows. Anyone who loves in the expectation of being loved in return is wasting their time. Don't give in to your fears. If you do, you won't be able to talk to your heart. People want to change everything and, at the same time, want it all to remain the same. Sometimes, we are so attached to our way of life that we turn down wonderful opportunities simply because don't know what to do with it. I'm not saying that love always takes you to heaven. Your life can become a nightmare. But that said, it is worth taking the risk. Be crazy. But learn how to be crazy without being the center of attention. Be brave enough to live different. And, when you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. Life is too short, or too long, for me to allow myself the luxury of living it so badly. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own. I think you can have 10,000 explanations for failure, but no good explanation for success. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. You're always learning. The problem is, sometimes you stop and think you understand the world. This is not correct. The world is always moving. You never reach the point you can stop making an effort. The strongest love is the love that can demonstrate its fragility. No one can lie, no one can hide anything, when he looks directly into someone's eyes. I hate to be smart. Beauty is the greatest seducer of man. We have to stop and be humble enough to understand that there is something called mystery. I want to continue being crazy, living my life the way I dream it, and not the way the other people want it to be. Let us be absolutely clear about one thing: we must not confuse humility with false modesty or servility. When someone leaves, it's because someone else is about to arrive. I'll find love again. Freedom is not the absence of commitments, but the ability to choose, and commit myself to, what is best for me. You have to take risks. We will only understand the miracle of life fully when we allow the unexpected to happen. When each day is the same as the next, it's because people fail to recognize the good things that happen in their lives every day that the sun rises. I write from my soul. This is the reason that critics don't hurt me, because it is me. If it was not me, if I was pretending to be someone else, then this could unbalance my world, but I know who I am. I wanted to write when I was young, but people said it was impossible. Then my parents locked me in a mental institution. They said I was crazy and would never make a living from writing. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. Of course, to have money is just great because you can do what you think is important to you. I always was a rich person because money's not related to happiness. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. God always offers us a second chance in life. When a person really desires something, all the universe conspires to help that person to realize his dream. I've done everything I wanted to do, even if I have had to pay a very high price, which has been the case most of the time. No, I never saw an angel, but it is irrelevant whether I saw one or not. I feel their presence around me. People learn 25% from their teacher, 25% from listening to themselves, 25% from their friends, and 25% from time. However happy people say they are, nobody is satisfied. We always have to be with the prettiest woman, buy a bigger house, change cars, desire what we do not have. If you start by promising what you don't even have yet, you'll lose your desire to work towards getting it. The only thing that relaxes me is archery. That's why I have to have apartments with gardens. I had this dream to become a writer since I was a teenager. Passion makes a person stop eating, sleeping, working, feeling at peace. A lot of people are frightened because, when it appears, it demolishes all the old things it finds in its path. You will never be able to escape from your heart. So it's better to listen to what it has to say. No matter how you feel today, get up, dress up and show up. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. Talent is a universal gift, but it takes a lot of courage to use it. Don't be afraid to be the best. Being human means having doubts and yet still continuing on your path. Never give up. When your heart becomes tired, just walk with your legs, but move on. Remember that wherever your heart is, there you will find your treasure. There is always a gap between intention and action. People are capable, at any time in their lives, of doing what they dream of. You must always know what it is that you want. I'd have stopped writing years ago if it were for the money. When I had nothing to lose, I had everything. When I stopped being who I am, I found myself. I cry very easily. It can be a movie, a phone conversation, a sunset, tears or words waiting to be written. Everything that happens once can never happen again. But everything that happens twice will surely happen a third time. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. And no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dream. The wise are wise only because they love. The fool are fools only because they think they can understand love. Now that she had nothing to lose, she was free. If I must fall, may it be from a high place. How much I missed, simply because I was afraid of missing it. Dreaming is very pleasant as long as you are not forced to put your dreams into practice. People are afraid to pursue their most important dreams, because they feel that they don't deserve them, or that they'll be unable to achieve them. Life is many ways of testing a person's will, either by having nothing happen at all or by having everything happen all at once. Because I don't live in either my past or my future. I'm interested only in the present. Life can seem short or life can seem long, depending on how you live it. We must never stop dreaming. Dreams provide nourishment for the soul, just as a meal does for the body. Love is an unchained force. When we try to control it, it destroys us. When we try to imprison it, it enslaves us. When we try to understand it, it leaves us feeling lost and confused. What interests me in life is curiosity, challenges, the good fight with its victories and defeats. Don't allow your mind to tell your heart what to do. The mind gives up easily. I can choose either to be a victim of the world or an adventurer in search of treasure. It's all a question of how I view my life. Life sometimes separates people so that they can realize how much they mean to each other. There is only one way to learn. It's through action. Everything you need to know you have learned through your journey. What hurts us is what heals us. Love, like rain, can nourish from above, drenching couples with a soaking joy. But sometimes under the angry heat of life, love dries on the surface and must nourish from below, tending to its roots, keeping itself alive. No, I never saw an angel, but it is irrelevant whether I saw one or not. I feel their presence around me. Whenever you want to achieve something, keep your eyes open, concentrate and make sure you know exactly what it is you want. No one can hit their target with their eyes closed. Love is not a habit, a commitment, or a debt. It isn't what romantic songs tell us it is, love simply is. Making a decision was only the beginning of things. When someone makes a decision, he is really diving into a strong current that will carry him to places he had never dreamed of when he first made the decision. Accept what life offers you and try to drink from every cup. All wines should be tasted, some should only be sipped, but with others, drink the whole bottle. It took me 40 years to write my first book. When I was a child, I was encouraged to go to school. I was not encouraged to follow the career of a writer because my parents thought that I was going to starve to death. We can never judge the lives of others, because each person knows only their own pain and renunciation. It's one thing to feel that you are on the right path, but it's another to think that yours is the only path. Forgive but do not forget, or you will be hurt again. Forgiving changes the perspectives. Forgetting loses the lesson.